Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. As this is a Gothic horror podcast, there may be some things that come up to align for some people, such as talk about trauma, child endangerment, blood, gore, body horror, and other such things. If there is something that comes up to align for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So, last time, you all gathered in the morning to head off to Archbishop Sherman's office so that he can take you to the riverside to ring the Bell of Golgotha, to summon a boatman to take you to the Shadowfell and ultimately to your destination, the Cathedral of Tears. He successfully summoned a boatman after a variety of goodbyes, including a very unexpected one. Entering the Shadowfell, you witnessed several strange things on your journey down the River Styx: a ghostly procession of phantom elves, a strange structure in which a variety of shark people attacked you, and you obtained 3 very interesting magical charms from it. And then you encountered a Nereid that was connected to the River Styx, who kissed Percy and gave him a blessing, a charm, as well as caused the water to speed up under the boat, shortening the journey. You then, after passing a guardhouse where apparently elves were guarding, you reached the shores of the City of Tears. The boat pulls up to what can charitably be called a dock. It is more of a overturned statue that sits jutted out over the water that you can stand on, as well as several blocks of stone that are slightly uneven that seem to have fallen from a wall from a great height. There are also various stairways that have been carved into the rock that lead up to various portcullises along the walls. The boat pulls up beside it, and the boatman indicates with a single clawed hand to the charitably dock.
This is our exit.
Vámonos.
Thanks, Zanesh. We'll see you later.
Yes. And the boat, almost on its own, just starts floating away into the mist.
I feel like, so Lark's just gonna be, he's gonna, oh, damn it. For a hot second there. Just like curse briefly. Well, that didn't last as long as I wanted it to.
The boat ride? That was plenty long.
Oh, no, darling, the spell that I put on your ex-boyfriend.
What did you do, Lark?
I did exactly what you heard. I told him he should go lick all of the bedpans clean. Oh! Haven't you figured out that I can cast spells and no one notices it yet?
You can do that?
It's part of being a sorcerer, dear.
Bella do that?
I mean, if she learns to bend her magic in the ways I've learned to bend my magic, she might be able to.
It's terrifying.
I'm quite proficient at getting into people's heads in more ways than one.
I've noticed. Well,
it's broken, so
I can't say that's something I wanted to have Edmund do, but it's a fun thing to picture.
You hated him, darling. It was me being petty for you.
On some level, I do think there was some kind of love behind that. So thank you.
What is love?
Like so we'll start walking, and the shadow
Already walked
fell
away.
is
Me and Arthur
Arthur
already
probably did
walked
too,
away.
just forging ahead with Jasmine up the steps.
Yeah, the three of us already walked away.
remarkably more peaceful than I thought it would be. I thought we'd be sort of, fighting through hordes of skeletons and things.
Yes, I'm quite surprised they're not more hostile, though. And didn't the book say that because of how close we were to the negative plane, they didn't need to feed on life force anymore?
I guess they're just happy down here.
I wonder if we can get them to break out into a musical number.
I don't know about happy.
Well, why don't we start with getting to the garden?
Let's go to the garden.
So as you pass through one of the portcullises along the various facets of the wall, you come out onto another staircase going back down. This is a gigantic city, probably as big as Darkmoor itself, save for a single giant, very wide thoroughfare that seems to run from one end of the city all the way to the other, where there is the monstrosity that is this cathedral. It is lined with people, corpses, ghosts, skeletons, all kinds of various undead are maneuvering through this gigantic thoroughfare. Most of them are heading towards the cathedral in a long line. Additionally, there aren't any plants anywhere. It is all stone. There isn't even a lick of dirt anywhere in this city. There are also, as you gaze through the windows, statues, stone statues of regular people going about their daily lives. You see statues of people leaning out windows to get clothes that seem to no longer be there. People standing in the streets as if shopping or walking. You see people inside, statues of people sitting in chairs with their hands out as if they were holding a book, but the book is no longer there. It's very weird and eerie, and all of the undead that are milling around, especially the ghosts, seem to entirely ignore these. Everyone just moves towards the thoroughfare, and more of these things are flooding in as you continue walking.
Do I know what these are?
No.
They're moving statues, or they're just
No, they are completely stock still.
wonderful, terrifying. Percy's kind of just the best to not touch any of them. So, do we think these used to be people, right?
Did they used to be people, or are they currently people?
Are they shades?
I have no idea. I just do my best to avoid them.
Is there anything weird about us because we're living beings in the Shadowfell?
You have a lot more color to you. Everything
Especially
else
me.
is various dead grays and dark black and stark white and other things like that. But you guys have color to you.
Oh, and here I thought the mortal plane was drab and dreary. Though I do admit there's a certain severe charm to this place. No plants, though.
You have. Oh, why don't you lead the way, Lark? Can you feel your soul out there somewhere?
Can I feel? Can I roll to feel my soul?
You do not.
Okay. I prepared one spell that I had the faintest inkling might lead us somewhere, which is locate creature. I thought maybe I could do it on Lark and maybe feel his soul somewhere. So does that sound crazy?
Let me real quick take a look at how the wording of the spell is, because depending on how the spell is worded, you know what? I do have a ruling. Are you casting the spell?
Sure, I'll pitch it to the party. Be like, I thought we might need some help finding direction, and I don't even know if this will work. But I could cast Locate Creature and see if that would lead us to you, Lark.
Seems to have a better shot than anything I can come up with.
Can I go on top of that so that we kind of double it? But I would locate object, which is whatever object is there.
I mean, you do have an object that you
But there's
could
that
search
statue.
for.
Yeah. What was it again? Was something?
The statue.
Yeah. Can I do that?
I will say, since you've seen the statue,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of, yes.
There you go. Locate object makes
Cool.
more sense, Percy.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Do it.
I just want to. Part of me was curious what was going to happen if he casted Locate Creature, but
I feel like we'd be like, oh, he's right next to you, dumbass.
Okay, locate object.
I'll minor illusion so he can see what it looks like again if he needs to.
Wait, you can sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you.
So about a third of a mile, I think.
Yes.
I don't know. The
spell-
Imperial system is dumb. So
The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close within 30 feet at least. The spell can locate the nearest object. Blah, 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 blah. The spell can't locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks the direct path between you and the object. Okay. I don't think we have lead anywhere here.
you don't know.
It's not.
Okay, let's do it.
It is not within 1,000 feet.
Jesus Christ. Never mind.
You can keep concentrating on it.
While
Percy.
we walk,
Percy, do you want to
Yes.
give it a try?
Mine is also a limit of 1,000 feet, so probably not.
let's walk towards the. Where are we? Are we outside of the cathedral?
You are on the opposite side of the city to the cathedral. So there's the side of the city that butts up against the river that you have entered on, and the cathedral's on the other side of it.
Then why are we using locate object
Yeah, I
if
thought
we're
just,
not at the
know where we're
cathedral?
going. Let's go to the cathedral.
Let's go to the cathedral first then.
Jesus Christ. There's no Jesus in this thing, right?
No, Jesus does not exist in this universe.
Okay. Let's go.
So you continue to walk down this incredibly wide road that is completely flat, milling amongst the other undead that seem to not really notice you at all. They just seem focused on getting to the cathedral. There are people on the side of the road who are sitting down or standing. There's no vendors or anything. It's almost as if the city is itself dead, and this is the only functioning part of the city. Although there are undead coming in from various tributary roads along the side. It takes you a
Nibbling on
while.
some chocolate as we walk.
Yeah, you certainly have enough chocolate to nibble on as you walk along. However, as you get pretty close to the cathedral, it does take you maybe half an hour of walking, since it's a crowd and you're kind of walking at the same pace as the crowd, which is walking somewhat slowly. You see a really bizarre sight. A pop of red on the left side of the road coming up. You also hear circus music coming from it.
That seemed a lot more red than anything else around here.
Yes, that is jarringly out of place. And that music.
How badly do we want to indulge our curiosity?
I mean, we'll be passing it by either way.
That's true. Take a look from the outside at first.
So as you get closer, you see that it is indeed a circus. There are red tents everywhere, strings with pennants on them, flags flapping and flying. There are definitely, it's a bustling circus. You recognize flying from tent to tent are imps, as well as a strange, small, slightly smaller squatter imp with very bumpy, rough textured skin, a smile pulled onto its faces, and bigger horns, but no wings that seem to crawl around almost like monkeys.
Ugh.
That seem to be running a lot of the things in the circus. Out in front is a strangely dressed man in a lot of very loose, flowy clothing that looks more akin to what you would see in places like Indra or Zanzibar than any clothing that you see around here. He is also a tiger, and his hands, as you notice, as he's gesturing wildly, are on backwards. And he's shouting, "Come one, come all to the Carnival Demoniarum. Fun, escape, and possibly saving your own immortal soul. Come one, come all." And he repeats a very similar phrase. You also see two what appear to be very stereotypically devilish people standing either side of him. One is very clearly female with horns and bat wings and a tail, red skin, and she is juggling about 6 balls that are on fire. The other one is very clearly male and is doing tricks with a hoop that is on fire. You also see, kind of standing a little bit inside this sort of gate with the big sign above it, is a very clearly undead person. But their eyes have little pinpricks of white light that glow out of the pupils, and he's playing an organ that is strapped to his body, as well as there is an undead monkey that is jumping around and screeching as he continues playing this music. There are actually souls, ghosts, undead, that divert from the path and drag themselves into this wide carnival and begin entering the tents, but others just ignore it and keep going.
Fascinating.
Any of you know what that thing is in front?
The Tiger
No.
Man?
I feel like I know.
You can make a nature or history check.
History
If you'd like.
check. Well, 11.
It would be that would be enough for you to know. Maybe you don't know everything about these beings because you don't come from Indra, but they are beings known as Rakshasa. They are fiends. They do come from the lower planes, and they are known for giving people battle prowess.
So
They
I
are
tell them
fond of deals as well, of course.
Oh, a deal-making devil in the Shadowfell. Color me surprised.
I'm gonna be friends with it. He looks fluffy. It's really soft.
You want to be friends with the fluffy fiend cat man.
Yeah, because it's a cat.
All right.
Darling, I'll introduce you to talking cats where I'm from that are probably much safer than that. Probably.
Look at his hands.
Yes, they do look like they're on backwards. Why? So are we going in, or should we just ignore all that? I admit I'm kind of curious.
I am very curious.
But it's your soul we're going after, Lark, so I'll leave it up to you.
That's also true.
Do the two of you feel like losing your souls?
I see that. I
Three
do
of you,
have few
sorry.
worries about.
I mean, are you going to go in there like a white knight, Percy, and try to save any people that they're trying to drag down with them?
I think I'll hold off on that for now.
And now he says.
So I'm not betting my soul on anything. That's for sure. But I mean, how often do you see a bright red magical carnival in the middle of the underworld?
It's okay. I think we can go see them on the way out.
I mean, I would rather find the last bit of my own soul first, but we can go in there if you want. With Rerek, though, we can always come back after.
Sure. Yeah. Let's press on then.
And so you continue, these spectacles fading into the background as you continue towards this gigantic cathedral. You finally make it to the base of the stairs. You stare up towards the grand doorway that is open, leading to a very dark sanctuary. As you climb the stairs, you notice off to either side are various doorways that seem to lead into various somewhat surprisingly lush gardens of these grayish green grasses. And there seems to be one on every level. And there is about 8 levels going up.
I think now might be the time for the two of you to do your location spells, perhaps. Just gonna minor illusion up what the statue looks like in front of Rerek's face. Like, please, sir.
Right. I mean, has it been an hour? I think Look It Up. It has an hour duration, right?
Yes, I believe so, if you're continually concentrating on it.
Can Jasmine smell my soul?
I don't think so. So if you are continually concentrating on locate object, probably a little while before the circus, something pinged. It is about halfway up and on the left, and more around towards the back.
All right. I have a vision.
Tell us, Rerek, tell us what your seer's eyes see.
Whatever what he said.
In what direction is that?
Left, go back.
Sweet.
You do have locate objects, so you can just walk in that general direction. It is about 5 levels up along the left. As you enter these gardens, you find they are rather large. They also have these sorts of sarcophagi that are sitting in the ground, that are sitting on the ground in these gardens, that some of these vines and brambles and things are growing up around. as well as various statues. None of them seem to be in the same position, though.
Can I try, when we get out into the garden proper, can I try to use Druidcraft on some of these plants to see if they give off flowers or leaves or react at all to the spell? Like, I'm trying to see, can I tell if they're plants with Druidcraft, like actual plants?
I would say yes. They seem to shrink away for a moment before returning to normal, but nothing else happens.
As a bit of preparation, Percy's going to cast protection from evil and good on himself.
All right.
You're
And
muted.
I don't think what I said mattered. It's fine. Just
uh-oh.
I was just like, I saw you, and I was like, I can't read it.
I was just saying I'll do my own protection from evil and good a little bit later.
All right.
All right.
I'm just
Just
gonna be
keep
like,
following
so
your
where are
directions
you?
here, Rerek.
where are you, little Lark?
This way.
You continue walking through multiple of these gardens, passing through very small, almost cloisters around each of these gardens as you push through various doors. There are no people here, but there are plenty of statues and plenty of sarcophagi. As you keep walking, I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Oh, it's good.
Ooh,
I got a 26.
Got a 13.
24.
Ooh.
You boys are perceptive as shit.
Percy
like
isn't
plus
nervous.
Fair.
As you're walking, you see a small golden glow, Percy, on the corner of one of the gardens, the far corner, as you walk in.
That over there. Is that looks golden?
Looks like me.
I mean,
Oh,
we might
is
as
it-
well go check it out.
Yeah. Can we get a better look at it?
Yes. You walk over, and it is very similar to what you have seen in your vision, Lark. The brambles grow around this golden glow. And as you look in, Percy, with your high perception check, inside is not Lark, but is a baby. In a strange way, you recognize this baby. It's Brennan.
Who's that again?
Yeah, it was.
He's the half hag that you guys killed the parents
Oh.
of.
Oh, what?
Why does that baby remind me of Brendan, the boy from the office we went to, the half hag boy? What is
There's a baby in there?
what is Lark? What is this?
Are you asking me that?
Is that statue around also the one that Rerek's been tracking?
No. The statue that's next to it is different. It is an old woman hunched over, reaching for a helmet with one hand and a hand on her face with the other, and she's clearly distraught and crying. They've even carved a single tiny itty bitty tear coming out of her eye.
Can I touch these statues and maybe like identify?
I mean, if you'd like to identify, but touching them doesn't yield any reaction.
It's fine.
Boy, we know that his parents made a deal with a hag, a burr hag. I think would a burr hag have a connection to the Shadowfell? Is this his soul?
Oh, it could be a piece of his soul, but I mean, there's obviously a difference between this and what we're seeing moving around out there.
Is this what happens when something turns into a hag?
So, should we free it?
I mean,
It's the boy's soul, right? Or a
It's
part
at
of it, at
least-
least?
it's probably a sliver or shard of his soul.
Well,
How are we going to take it back with us, though?
I don't know, but we killed his parents. Who knows how he's doing now? We owe him this.
I mean, I'm all for having someone else be the test subject for how to break a soul out of one of these things, so please.
I was hoping you'd have a suggestion. Do you want to, Rerek? Do you want to burn it?
No, I just want to see what would happen if you free it. I want to see what would happen to it.
Can I just
what would
like
happen
poke
around
it
us,
with my mace
and what would
try to
happen-
clear the brambles away?
and what would happen to you. So those
As you-
three things that might happen, and I want to see all of them.
You reach out and you begin to kind of move the brambles aside. They seem to almost ever so slowly curl back as if they're trying to reset, but you manage to clear enough of them. There is a bright,
Like a full-size baby is
about maybe
Okay.
closer to a preemie
okay.
in size.
To snatch that baby up.
As you clear it, at some point, the vines just give up trying to wrap back around and fall limply. There's a flash of light and a golden bolt shoots up through the sky, and the baby is gone.
Ooh.
So are we taking that as it went back, or
Maybe.
well,
Is my detect object still up?
Yes, it is
let's-
still several hundred feet away. Well, it's still maybe
locate
about 100
object
feet
then.
away.
All right. Well,
How many
that's-
more of these are there?
I don't know, but I
like
can
a bunch of
only-
these, or just the only one we can see right now?
This is the only one you can see right now.
Okay. Well,
Good luck, Danny.
see Danny.
Isn't his
Brennan.
name Danny? Brennan?
No.
Oh, where'd I get Danny from? I don't know. Brennan.
If the hags saved him from near death, and then you saved me from near death, I wonder if that's what happens. Interesting. I mean, technically, for my soul to be here, according to the druid, I must have died briefly, which means the boy died briefly, but they brought him back quick enough.
Well, I can only keep up
We
this
should,
locate object for.
Yeah, we should keep going.
Let's keep
We
going.
should check on him when we get back.
You can do that yourself when we get back.
So you continue through these gardens until finally you reach the end. You can see the statue that your locate object is pointing next to, and underneath of it is a golden glow, very similar to what you saw. However, out of the corner of your eye, you also see another one in directly the left-hand corner of the garden. This one is next to a statue of a woman and a man holding on to each other and crying over a rocking horse.
Is it the elf girl from the beginning of the campaign? Is it her soul in there?
As you look, yes, it is. It is in a similar state, a baby, but it does appear to be Charlotte.
This is Charlotte, the girl with the creeping twilight, I think it was called.
Consuming twilight.
Consuming twilight.
The one that her parents were making a bargain with the hag coven that Middenheap ran.
Yes. hags have been busy. Who knew they'd all be here?
Why is my soul with the souls, or a piece of my soul, pardon? How did it wind up trapped in the same garden as a bunch of haglings?
Maybe Percy's a hag.
Are you a hag, Percy?
Yes, and I'm going to get you with my hag fingers. No, I'm not a hag. You
Hag
died,
fingers.
they died. I don't. And then you got brought back. You made the connection, not me. I'm gonna go freer. I'm gonna get my mace out again and start smushing around the vines.
The same process as before, of course, quicker because you know what you're doing, slapping the vines away, and eventually there's a flash of light and the bolt of golden energy that shoots up into the sky, and baby Charlotte is gone.
Hi, baby.
Good luck, Charlotte. One more.
Okay.
You head over to this statue and the soul underneath of it, which is exactly as you envisioned it, the tiny pixie crying.
Oh, he's cute. Do you want to do the honors, Lark?
I suppose I shall. But I feel like I probably shouldn't just Eldritch Blast the cage. I have a dagger on me, so I'm just gonna start like I'll pull a dagger, a fairy-sized dagger. This is gonna take a hot minute. And I'm just gonna start like hacking at some of these vines with my little dagger.
Yeah, it does take you a minute to kind of saw these vines, and they do try and pull and stretch and try and avoid you, but eventually after maybe 5 minutes, you manage to get it free. However, this soul, unlike the others, doesn't vanish in a flash of bright light. Instead, it remains in a golden orb and floats next to you.
Can I touch it?
Touch it.
You touch it, and it's strange. It's somehow a combination between putting your finger through liquid and putting it in light. It's something in between, and the orb ripples a little bit, but nothing happens.
Should have been just like, why isn't it doing the thing?
Should we cut it open?
Do I eat it?
Do we pop it?
I'll put my other hand on it. I'll just be like, hello, you're part of me. You can
It's still curled up and crying.
Arthur, poke it with one of your arrows.
Do not poke a fragment of my soul with an arrow, please.
Fine. And his hand moves away from his quiver. You do hear a voice pipe up. I thought you'd figure it out. You can't connect with your soul again until you leave the Shadowfell.
Oh.
Who said that?
You turn to see a woman standing not too far off, more towards the entrance of the garden, in a green cloak that goes all the way to the ground. Flanking her is a pixie and what you would recognize as a displacer beast, a large panther with 4 extra legs and 2 tentacles waving off of the top of it.
That thing.
Do I recognize this woman?
Not with her hood down.
Pardon me, who are you?
Oh, I thought you'd recognize me. And she pulls back her hood to reveal red hair. She is in her mid-40s at this point, but she is definitely the woman that you gave the seed to way back in the beginning at the Maggoty Grave. I believe I named her Samantha, the barkeep, who is no more than 16 the tavern wench that was no more than 16 years old, but now she appears to be 40. I thought you'd recognize me.
Darling. They came for you, didn't they?
They did.
Have you enjoyed your time?
Here and there. However, I'm sure you'd be disappointed to know that I was traded off various times throughout my stay. And I ended up on the other side. I regret to inform you that I'm currently serving the Bear King, and I'm going to need that part of your soul. And she reaches out her hand.
Now, Lark, who is that?
That is a problem. So wait, who's the Bear King?
The Bear
Either
King.
one works.
I go and I just go like this, and I'm like, protect from evil and good. Oop.
Above game, I'm assuming the Bear King's one of the Archfey, right?
Yes, he is.
What's his affiliation, generally speaking?
Oh, he is definitely on the Seelie side of things. He is close to Hersum and Oberon, but he is definitely on the Seelie side of things. He is best friends with the Oak King and the Bee Queen.
Now, what could the Bear King want with a little sliver of my soul? Samantha, be reasonable.
It's none of your business. Just hand it over. No hard feelings.
It's my soul, though, darling, and I found it first.
That's too bad. So, are we going to have to do this the hard way?
You're Samantha from Nash, I think is the town, right?
Well, the Maggoty Grave, yes.
How are you here?
Oh, that is a long story. But you might want to ask your friend over there. He kicked it all off.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I already told you, Percy. The seeds are gift from the Fae that draw the attention of the Fae. And time
You brought her here?
I didn't bring her here.
Oh my God, Lark!
Time flows differently in the Fae Wild, so she appears to have aged.
You just convinced me that you weren't evil yesterday.
Oh, darling, your definition of evil is different than mine.
Convinced.
Okay, Samantha, really, you're a nice person. You don't need to collect souls for the Bear King.
She was nice. I don't think so now.
Well, it seems you've been missing about 30 some odd years of living in the Feywild and needing to survive. I'm not the innocent little girl that you knew. I'm something different. So hand over the soul, or we are going to have a problem.
Oh, darling, my queen's far more terrifying than your little bear lord.
I'm fully aware, but I have my mission. And besides, she was the one that traded me away.
Then you obviously weren't worth her time.
Maybe not.
Burn.
It's a shame, though. I thought you had potential.
Yeah. It's a shame I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do. And she just turns her hands over and flicks her fingers out and casts Fireball.
Oh, God.
So I need everyone to make a saving throw.
I'm going to snap my fingers to counterspell it.
Hell yeah, do that, because I failed.
Do.
Me too. I also failed.
She doesn't have that. And it is third level, so it goes out.
I'm sorry, were you trying to do something, Samantha?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The sass of this thing.
Darling, you lived in the Feywild for 30 mortal years at this point. You should know that we always come prepared.
Yes.
Why aren't you one of us yet, though?
Who says I'm not?
Fair point.
Oh
Wow.
wait, also I have the protection. We both have protection from evil and good. So if she's like a fairy or something, then
Yeah.
I think that only does attack rolls, doesn't it?
yeah, I think
Does it
so.
do? It doesn't
Yeah,
do
pretty
saving
sure.
throws.
Saving throw stuff you're not going to get any help from.
Okay, wonderful. So are we rolling initiative or?
Escaping.
I would say yes. You are rolling initiative.
My portents are all gone. 21.
21 for Rerek.
Arthur got a 15. Lark is going to get a 14.
15, 14, and Percy
has a 10.
Percy has a 10. All right, so we are up at the top with Rerek. You are the first to act.
3rd level firewall. Are we close to them? How close are we to them?
You can probably, I will say, you're far enough away that if you angle it so that you're not centering it on them, you put it behind them, you can hit them and not you guys. So probably about maybe 30 feet away.
Oh, I think that's fine. We won't get,
Yeah.
because there's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, so if you center it
we-
on the back wall, you can hit them and not you guys.
Okay.
So it's a dexterity saving throw, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
One moment, let me write down.
Percy wants to talk to
things.
Lark really quick, and I'm going to say, well, Lark, could you have Bane, don't you? Or could you do something to make her worse at charisma saving throws?
Possibly.
All right. So if you could roll your damage. So Samantha got 18, and the Displacer Beast got 12.
Wait, what did Samantha get?
18.
Well, she didn't get the dex saving throw is 14.
So she passed. And then the Displacer Beast got a 12. He failed.
Mm-hmm.
But due to reasons, you're going to be halving the damage.
Half?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you roll your regular damage as if, they'd failed. And then you divide that by 2. And then give me that total.
Huh. 2?
Wait, you can also hit the sprite that's with her if that's like her familiar or something and it's an
3.
AoE.
Yes, she does have the pixie.
That pixie's probably dead, hopefully, from your fireball.
Yeah, that pixie's probably dead.
If the pixie's her familiar, we want it dead fast because those things can literally knock you out in one hit if you're careful. Because pixie familiars have a sleep.
2.
Uh-oh.
Like that.
5. 3. How many is this? 2 more. 5. 3. How many is that? 8, 16, 24, 25.
25. And that's already halved.
No,
Oh,
that's a total.
okay. So what's half of 25? 12.
13.
13. Yeah, because we round up.
Oh, fuck.
Whoops. One moment. So as you hurl this fireball out, it slams against the back wall, blowing her cape forward as she attempts to shield her face, the fire rushing around her. The panther thing roars, and the pixie
Disappears.
evaporates. It is completely dead, but she is still up and kicking. and she is not pleased. You use that trick against me. Fine. Next up is the Displacer Beast. She points at you, Rerek, and just says, kill him first. And it lunges forward at you, bounding up and skids to a stop as the two tentacles swipe at you.
Protection from evil and good.
Uh,
Does that count against Displacer Beasts?
what?
Protection from evil and good?
No, it doesn't.
Dang it.
Because they're not technically Fae.
So 23 to hit. And a 25 to hit.
Sorry, what?
23 and 25 to hit.
What does that mean? Sorry.
Your AC. Did that hit you? I think
Yeah.
it does because you have a 12.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to roll this slightly separately. So you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And 10 points of piercing damage as these tentacles swipe at you.
What was that again? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Oh God, I forgot the numbers immediately.
I think you did 16 and 10.
Yeah, 26.
Yes.
26 damage to a wizard. It's fine.
And it roars in your face. Next up is... Oof.
Thank God, I'm almost dead.
Samantha is up next.
Can someone heal me?
And she is going to...
Oh, I have potions.
A potion.
Yes, you do have potions. She is going to point at you, Lark, and go, stay still, and cast Hold Monster.
Oh, wow.
Counterspell that or no?
You can, but you'll have to roll it.
What kind of saving? What is?
I think
what's saving?
it's you roll your spell casting ability, so it would be a D20 plus your charisma, and you have to beat 10 plus the spell's level. So you have to beat a 15.
I will try to counterspell it.
Mhm.
Let's hope, boys.
Do it.
16.
Yeah.
That's an
Yep.
11 plus 5.
Yep.
barely.
As she casts it, it fizzles out.
I'm just gonna literally, when she goes to cast it, I'm just gonna like annoyingly hold my hand out and snap my fingers to shred the spell in front of her.
And her fingers just curl back up into a fist as she glares at you. We won't be done with this.
Samantha, darling, do you think you can outdo me?
I can certainly try. Next up is Arthur.
Oh, I feel like if Yofi was here, he'd be freaking out on me at this point too. Like, there's probably a whole fight that needs to happen, but we're in a fight. And it's in his best interest to help me out anyway. I feel like I would probably remind him that, yeah,
Have a fight with yourself. Do it right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm Jaegering him. Spencer's supposed to be doing the occasional character playing.
Yes. I haven't been doing a lot because I feel like he would have been just silent a lot of the time.
Yeah. I feel like he's gonna shoot the spell cast. We'll have him shoot Samantha and have Jasmine go after the beast. Cat on cat violence. Ooh, that's a 19 to hit on Samantha.
Yep, that hits.
And I'll roll Jasmine's like reaction plus normal attack on the beast after we do this. That is a D8 plus a. I can't. I want to say it's a D8 plus a D6 plus his modifiers that he had, right?
I think so.
D8, yeah, okay. Do I need to do fire and everything else separate, or can they all go together?
No, they can all go together. It's magical, so.
Okay.
There's nothing she can really do to stop it.
So that's 20 damage to Samantha.
Oh.
And we'll have Jasmine do 2 attacks on the Displacer Beast. That's a 4 on one of them. So I'm assuming even if that makes it a 10 won't hit, will a 17?
A 17 will hit. Wait, nope. You need to roll those with disadvantage because Displacer Beast.
Okay. So the one didn't hit at all. We'll re-roll the 17. That one is a 12 plus,
which misses.
Or that's a 12 plus. It's got a +6 to hit.
Then
7.
that hits. She swipes at this creature at first, but as her paw passes through, you see flickers of images of this being in slightly different locations, and she swipes at it again and manages to nick one of them, slashing through its hide. Roll damage.
So the bite attack is what hit, and that's 1d6 plus 6, which literally rolled a 1, so that's 7 piercing damage. This is fine.
All right. Yeah, so it turns and snarls. And next up is Lark.
Pasto.
As a free action, can I just be like, now Samantha, I can't fault you. You're just on orders. I'm just on orders, but I'm on orders to get this back for me. So no harm. Well, some harm intended. And I'm gonna Eldritch Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
You can reduce your charisma or something. That would be good for me.
Oh, no, I can. We'll worry about that in a second, bud.
Wonderful.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
When can I use my potions? It's an action. Is it an action?
It's a bonus action to do it to yourself. It's an action to force feed it to someone else.
Can I just go ahead and do that?
It's not your turn.
So my first Eldritch Blast, I got a with the +9 bonus, I have a 17 and a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit, 17 does hit.
I figured. So that's 9 plus 5, so that's 14 force damage.
Yep. The first one that you fire out, she sweeps her cloak to the side and it grazes by her. The second one hits her in the shoulder. And she just sinks to one knee and then looks up and says, "Unfortunately for you, since I'm not human, I'll be back," before whoosh, bursting into green butterflies that twinkle out of existence. You've dropped her to 0 hit points, but because she's technically a fae, she returns to the Feywild to reform.
Oh, well, she was pathetically weak.
Never mind on the charisma thing.
There's still a tentacle cat.
Oh, yes, the Displacer Beast. Is it still here with us?
Yes.
Oh, well, I suppose. What else can Lark do? I will. Do I want to quicken anything on a Displacer Beast? I will. I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna not quicken anything and see how much damage everybody else can deal before I start thinking about quickening a spell on it.
All right.
I do like that Lark put her out, though.
Yeah, that was thematically appropriate.
Yeah.
So next up is Percy, and then we're back up to the top.
Okay. You said they have like the displacement effect normally,
Yes.
right? And Rerek cleared that, or no? Oh, Jasmine cleared that effect.
No,
Oh, so
She
it's
didn't
still up.
clear it. Yeah.
it
But
is
she managed
a
to bite
permanent passive.
Oh,
So you roll
Okay.
any attack rolls at disadvantage.
cool.
Hmm.
Okay. So look at something that changes what I was going to do.
Do stuff that is saving throws.
Yeah.
Do I have anything? Do I have anything that does saving throws and deals damage?
Okay. Wait, Rerek, how low health are you? How are you looking? You're muted.
Muted.
I keep forgetting. I'm at 16.
Okay.
Okay, so we're still double digits.
I'm not like death, like I'm not like dying.
Yeah.
I'm like bleeding and like bruised,
Yeah, those tentacles are no joke.
Yeah.
scratched.
Wait.
Okay, I'll just cast. So I have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to cast Blight.
Ooh. Blight is a saving throw, I believe, on my end.
Oh yeah, you're super right. I don't roll anything. It's a con save versus 15 DC.
23.
God damn it.
I'm gonna
Still
cast
takes half
silver-
damage, though.
Can I actually use my reaction to cast silvery barbs on it?
Right.
Yeah, Lark's gonna be like, oh no.
20. Still does half damage.
Yeah.
Let me keep track of using that. Silvery barbs is fantastic for a first level spell.
It really is. Oh, and who are you giving your advantage to?
I will give my, well, I mean, it's a display. Well, oh, it'll cancel it out for the first attack. It'll
Yep.
cancel out its disadvantage when I give advantage. I'm going to give it to, I'll give it to Arthur so that he's not shooting at it at disadvantage. Because he's the only one of us who really can't do like anything beyond actually attacking.
Right.
And Jasmine, I guess.
Got 44. So it's 22 damage. Percy's sickly green energy radiates off of him, and all the surrounding plants die. I go, wither. It doesn't do much.
You do see some portions of its skin draw tight against it as some things are drawn out of it. It shakes and roars in pain, but it didn't do as much as you would have liked. However, sadly, we are back up at the top with the Displacer Beast, who is going to make 2 tentacle attacks, one against you, Lark, and one against you, Percy.
Cool.
So Lark, that is a 22 to hit.
That's going to hit. I can't even shield.
And Percy, oof, that is a natural 20 against you, Percy.
No, it's not.
Right, now it is just a dirty 20.
I can do that 4 times a day.
Woo!
You will never natural 20 against us ever, Spencer.
Well, you never know. I could blow through all your channel divinities.
That's true.
Then I've got silvery barbs, and he took 4.
Right.
We really do use those probably too often.
A
These are
mystical
rules are
green,
bad.
gross energy surrounds me and protects me from a
So
natural
Lark,
20.
you take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And Percy, you take 11.
That's no good.
At least it wasn't 22. Well, it would have been more than 22. So
Could have been 26.
So we have then you, Rerek. It is now your turn. You can drink your potion.
Fuck. Okay. So what do I do when I drink the potion? I have like 5, I think. Yeah, I have 5 potions. What do I do?
So what type of potion is it?
It was a, if I remember correctly, it was a 5 high potions. Or 3.
So like a superior?
Ugh. Hold on.
Because I know you guys bought some very high level potions from Martin Tops.
Yeah, I know they're healing potions.
Yeah, I just need to know how much healing that gives you.
I have no idea. It's a high potion.
So I'm assuming it would be superior.
Okay.
And superiors give you what, 4d4?
For what? For D4?
Plus 4 healing. No, 8d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
so
do
make
that.
sure you mark that off once you use it. And that is your bonus action. So you still have an action.
Okay. 8d4.
Yes, 8d4 plus 8.
8d4 plus 8. 1. 1. What the fuck? 4. 2. 4. 3. 4.
And last one, I think.
4.
Yep. And so whatever that is,
16.
add that to your hit point total.
23.
All right, so you heal 23 hit points. And now you can use your action.
Wait, did you say plus 8?
Yes, plus 8.
So it's 23 plus 8.
Yes.
23 plus 8, 31. 16 plus 31 is what? 47.
Yes.
Yay, I'm back. And then firebolt, whatever.
All right. You do have disadvantage because of the Displacer Beast's effect on itself.
Okay. What's the disadvantage?
Roll 2d20s and take the lowest.
2d20s. 2. 3.
As you fire the firebolt, it looks like it's going to go directly between its eyes, but it sails through as you see the Displacer Beast in several other locations, and the fireball bolt hits the grass.
I hate
So
this
next, it's a very horrible, horrible thing I've just put up against you. So the next one is Arthur, whose first shot will be regular roll.
Yeah. Jasmine's still up on it. So I feel like we'll say Arthur's doing some kiting shit. So he can shoot with not disadvantage, and he can have his normal.
I would say he is close. He is far away enough from the Displacer Beast to walk back a few feet to fire and not incur its attack of opportunity.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Alrighty, we need a D8. We need a D6. I should probably be like Hunter's marking shit too while we fight it, but it's Arthur's conserving his spell slots, guys.
He doesn't have very many.
He's already used 1 out of 4 for the day. That is 8 plus 7, which is 15.
Not bad. He fires a flaming arrow, and as you see the various Different displacer beasts, it sails through all of them, striking true in its hide, burning for a second as it shakes and roars. And next up is you, Lark.
Well, I'll have Jasmine do her coordinated attack.
Right.
It's her own attack, but she rolls them with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
13 plus 6, because there was a 13 and a 15. That's a 19 on a claw attack.
19 hits.
And a 12 plus 6, because it's 12 and a 17 on the second set, is going to be an 18 on the bite attack.
Both of them hit. It seems as she bites and swipes, she's getting a little bit of the hang of where the illusions tend to go, and she strikes true twice. So roll your damage, just give it to me all at once.
Okay. That's a D4 and a D6 plus 12 total for both hits.
Woo!
So 5 plus 12 is 17 damage from Jasmine.
Ooh, this thing's looking hurt. She takes chunks out of its flesh. It almost seems to hunch and back up a little bit, its tentacles swishing even more angrily in the air as it...
Now it's my turn.
Yes, it is your turn.
Now, if you... I feel like he's just going to be like, now, darling, if you go back to the Feywild and back to Samantha, tell her better luck next time for me. All right? I'm going to cast a... What am I going to cast? I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast it. I know I'll roll both attacks with disadvantage, but I have a decent modifier. The first beam is a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Hell yeah. And second beam is only a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Okay, that's only going to be 6 force damage to it.
You slam it with one bolt of this dark energy, and you go to hurl another one, thinking it should be in the same spot. Turns out it isn't. And the bolt hits the grass, sending a spray of dirt. And it looks up at you and...
I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to quicken a spell.
Another Eldritch Blast, I'm assuming?
We're going to try a Toll the Dead.
Oh.
So can I please get a saving throw from it?
Ooh.
What flavor of saving throw?
I think it's Wisdom, I want to say. It's either Wisdom or Constitution, I know that. Because I've used it about 1 billion times before as my Cleric.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
How wise is a displacer beast?
20.
Very wise.
The bell tolls out, and it just back at you, seemingly with no effect. Its mind just as slippery as its body.
Oh, how utterly annoying.
So, Percy, it is now your turn.
Wonderful. I'm gonna start off by casting a Sacred Flame.
All right.
How that goes.
So I think that's a dexterity saving throw for it. Ooh, 9.
Hell yeah. 7, so 14 damage.
As it is distracted by Lark having missed several times with various spells, you conjure up a flame from Saint Hypatia and slam it into the side of this thing's head, and it sinks to the ground with a whimper. You suddenly see all of the illusions that begin to swirl before they focus, almost like a kaleidoscope, into a singular image. And the displacer beast is about 5 inches to the left of where it appeared before, but it seems to be dead. And we are out of initiative.
It's the only cat I didn't like so far.
It's a shame. Oh, we should skin it.
Yes.
No, we should.
We should
get out of here.
Darling, no. Displacer beast hides are valuable reagents for many different processes. If not, skin it. Someone carry it back with us. Jasmine, can you put another cat?
Jasmine just looks back and forth between herself and the Displacer Beast. The Displacer Beast clearly being much larger than her.
Could we?
Will it fit in my bag?
No.
Could Arthur skin the Displacer Beast?
I will say
he's a ranger. I don't know if he's that
Yes.
sort of ranger. Huh?
Can we dismantle it and I can carry the head?
I'm trying to think what check would be the best for skinning a beast. I want to say it would be either like
Performance,
sleight of hand, or survival.
I think either nature or survival.
Yeah, something like that. So
Survival,
whichever's higher, probably survival.
Oh, Arthur has shit for survival. Spoiler alert, boys, he's not proficient in survival as a ranger because he's an assassin.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just joke.
Weirdos.
Then again, like if you think about it, I feel like it would be in like Yofi would still try to maybe go for it because he kept that head to get turned into a sword too.
Yes.
So Lark's gonna be like, you should really skin that. It could be valuable. So we'll have him try.
All right, on it. Pulls out a knife, begins.
Wait, no. Can I give him the help action on the check, or is that too much?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
That bit of skin looks delicious.
Yum, 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 yum.
Give me a little. Give me just a little. Oh, okay. That's 19 plus 2, so that's a 21 for a survival.
Oh yeah, it does take a little bit, but he peels off huge sections of this skin. He doesn't get it 100% perfect since it is such a large creature. He doesn't get it 100% perfect, but he does, I'll say, get it off in maybe like 3 or 4 pieces that you can easily roll up and stick in the bag.
Wow, this adventure and this weird
that's
realm.
I will say with that, he can also just slice off the tentacles, and you have the tentacles as well. So you can put either in his inventory, or Rerek, you can put it in your inventory, 1 Displacer Beast hide and 2 Displacer Beast tentacles.
Yay, I'm keeping the tentacles. Where's the head going? Is the head going anywhere?
The head so far has stayed on, unless you guys want to take it. It is skinned.
Oh,
that's just going to be like, I mean, she was a little annoying to deal with, but good for her. If she had been mortal, she would have been trapped in the shadow when she died.
So much to talk about.
When
we get home, we are having a word.
You know what we're forgetting to put in the bag?
What Rerek?
Rerek?
That ball of gold that's still floating.
Gold? Oh, your
soul? Want to put my soul in the bag.
Yeah, like how the hell are we carrying this shit?
Would it cause any problems for us to put my soul or my shard of a soul in the bag of holding?
You don't know.
I'm just going to, like, can I just like hold it? How big is this orb?
You're holding.
I would say because of the size of the comparatively the size of the slivers of souls that you did before to what they would be if they were holding it, I would say that proportionally it's like you are holding a basketball.
Oh, so it's a basketball for someone who's Lark's height, which is like 2.5 feet tall at best. It's like a kid's ball. It looks like a basketball in his hand.
Yeah, it's almost like a wiffle ball at this point. Like just a.
Oh, it's like this big.
But yeah, it's like you're holding a basketball.
Well, also, doesn't it just fly around me? Like it
does seem to float next to you, but you're unsure of how fast it moves, as well as whether or not it might attach onto other things. You don't know.
I'm just gonna hold it.
Yeah, it does. While it's really weird trying to hold this, it's very clear that your hands stop as if it were a solid surface, but it still feels like you can just keep pushing inward, but it's very weird to try since it feels like somewhere between water and light. But you hold on to it. And
Oh.
that is where we are going to end the episode. So come back next week to see what happens when we finally get Lark's soul out of the Shadowfell, as well as what other fuckery is coming this way. And I will see the rest of you next week as well.